So I'm going to go through 6 ways in which you are a lot more like Pinocchio than you think. See, a lot of us are waking up every single day and we're living a complete lie and we're hiding it. And the thing about hiding things is that who are you kidding? Who are you hiding it from? Because ultimately it's your life and the way you live it is all in your court. So firstly, one of the things that most of us are hiding from is our current reality. Most of us are so full of shit and so in denial that we're not ready to take responsibility for our current reality. So that's whether I'm out of shape, whether my health's not in a great place, whether I'm in a bad relationship, whether I have no money, whether I'm in a shitty job, whatever it may be that's not making you happy, you've got to accept that this is your current reality. And whether we have our head in the sand or not, this situation isn't going to go until you accept where you're currently at. So if your body is not right, if your fitness isn't right, if your health isn't right, if your relationship isn't right, if your work isn't right, if something's not right, you can't keep going around pretending everything's okay if it's not. How long are you going to stick with the same situation until you actually act? The next thing a lot of us lie about is our food. The amount of times people have come up to me who are severely overweight and have told me that they don't think it's their food because they don't really eat much. Now, we all know that people are overweight due to an increase in calories, lack of movement, and an overall bad lifestyle. So, if you want to lose weight, the first thing we look at is your food, because food represents around about 70% of your results. You usually get around 30% from your exercise. So food is a massive, massive portion of your results and the way you actually look and your body shape. So a lot of us are actually in denial in the fact of how much we actually eat, what we eat. We like to talk about all the good stuff we eat, but when it comes down to talking about the bad stuff, because let's get it real, that the good stuff isn't the reason why people are overweight, unfit and unhealthy. It's not how good is your good, it's how bad is your bad. And if you're telling people that you're not really eating much, you're eating healthy stuff, you're eating little and often, yet you're grossly overweight, we need to stop lying, or that nose is going to go further and further bigger, and we need to accept that something isn't right. And that's not a problem. But currently we've got to accept that your food situation isn't right. So if you are saying that you're doing everything and you can't lose weight, all these type of things, you're not eating very much, you need to stop it and you need to analyse and really look at your situation to clarify whether that's actually true. Because most of the people that I know that have told me that they don't eat much and they eat healthily, small portions, and they're overweight, I've asked them to show me evidence and they haven't been able to because they don't monitor their food, so they're actually guessing. So the first two things, current reality, where are you at? Where are you currently at? And if you're not happy, let's fucking do something about it. Food. Listen, if you're grossly overweight or overweight, then usually this is the biggest area. And there's no point lying, because your body is a true reflection upon your whole lifestyle. So next, exercise. So another thing, so exercise. People are constantly saying that they're going to the gym, they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're working as hard as possible, and they're trying their best. Listen, I witness it over and over and over again. Time is one of the biggest factors as to why we can't attend the gym, we can't spend as much time as we want there. Yet when we are there, we need to work as hard as possible. So I think a lot of people are guilty of saying that they're working as hard as possible and they're doing as much as possible when they're not. Think about the last time you exercised. Think about your last exercise regime. Think about the last class or gym session you attended. And think about your effort level. Think about how much you actually put into it. Was it enough? Because if your food, if you're telling everyone your food is right and you're exercising yet you're still not losing weight, then something is drastically wrong. And usually it's something down to you. So next thing, so like I said, most of us are lying about our situation, and we're to cover it up to make people think that we're happy and everything's going right, when in fact it isn't quite where you want to be, and we're afraid in case we're judged. So another thing, judged. So we're afraid. We're afraid that people will judge us. We're afraid to ask for help because we think it's a sign of weakness, when in fact if we've got a problem and things aren't going quite right, to ask for help is actually a sign of strength. So when we lie and say, I don't care what people think, I'm me, I'm happy, are you really? Do you really not care what people think? Because it's usually the people that bang around saying that they don't care this, don't care that, that actually care the most. And then that flips into Facebook. The land of the happy relationships, the perfect bodies, perfect mindsets. Facebook. All these statuses telling everyone how happy you are, how good things are. When was the last time we were like honest? How many people do you know that have posted something on Facebook that haven't followed through? How many times have you posted something on Facebook saying, oh, I'm going to start this exercise regime, I'm on this diet, I'm going to do this experience, I'm in that challenge, yet you don't do it? See, what a lot of us are guilty of is we're initially banging out these statuses telling everyone what we're going to do before we've even fucking done anything. So before you know it, you've got people writing on your status saying you're amazing, you're so inspirational, I wish I was as motivated as you, all this bullshit. You've had all the applause and you haven't fucking done anything yet. And the amount of people I know that are guilty of actually writing stuff on their status and not following it through, yet not telling everyone that they didn't do it. And that's reality. See, a lot of people write that they're going to do stuff, say they're going to do stuff, yet they haven't looked at the work required. So they say they're going to do an event, they say they're going to lose a certain amount of weight, and they just get hyped up in the moment before they've looked at the work. So you need to speak to a trainer. What's the work required for me to lose 3 stone? And then it's as simple, am I prepared to do it? Yes or no? Then the last thing what we lie about is what we actually want. What we want. A lot of us are telling people that we're happy being out of shape, we're happy with our health not being in the right place, we're happy in our unstable relationship, we're happy in a job we don't like, when in reality we're not happy. We're not happy. And like I said, you shouldn't be afraid to admit this, or at least address it. Because ultimately, at some point, you're going to look back and wonder why you stayed in that body, stayed in that relationship, stayed in that bad health, like I said, stayed in that job. And it's all around your current reality. So, like I said, a lot of us are a lot more like Pinocchio than we think, because we lie about our current reality. We tell everyone we're okay when we're not. We don't really tell the truth about what we're really eating. And we pretend we don't know why we're out of shape. We say we're doing our best in the gym when, really, are we? We say we don't care what people think, yet deep down behind the scenes, we do. We're writing on Facebook shit that we're going to do, and we don't actually end up doing it. And we tell everyone, we don't tell everyone what we actually truly want, because we're afraid in case we don't actually do it. So our fear of failure is that high that we're too fucking scared to try. So the simple way of getting out of this Pinocchio is to be honest, find out what you actually want and why you want it, find out and get an action plan of how you're going to do it, be honest, get some accountability, speak to people that have got your best interests at heart, and stop fucking lying, because it's a lot harder to hide and track your lies than it is to be completely honest.